Yeah, we all were. We were all watching in the players' room, spurring on Paddy.
How's he going?
Yeah, he's going very well. I think they've got it in the bag.
Do any of you have contact with him sort of on any...
A few. Joshy knows him pretty well. I think he played with him growing up, so he knows him and Bynes as well. So yeah, he's a good match to them.
To the action, I guess, great win again, but it counts for nothing unless you back it up.
Yeah, it was a great win. We had 22 contributors on the weekend, so that's really important, and probably that's what started us off. And I think we had a four-quarter effort, which is good. A few little lapses here and there, but over the course of 4 quarters, I think we did really well. But you're right, we have to back it up again. That was our theme straight after the game. We have to do it again next week, and against Essendon, it's going to be a tough game.
What caused the lapses?
Sorry?
What do you think caused the lapses?
Sometimes they get a bit of a run on and you got to try and stop it, and it takes a couple of minutes to get on top of them. But I think we did have control of the game most of the game, so it never felt like they kind of took the whole control of the game away from us.
You've been in this spot 3 or 4 times this season. Do you have any idea of what caused the drop off the next week and how you're working on it?
Nah, it's a bit of $1 million question, but we're working hard behind the scenes. We spoke about it straight away after the game that we have to move on very quickly and get off this roller coaster. We're not happy with it as well, especially away from home. It seems that we can't really put together 4 quarters, so that's our theme for this week. Getting the win away from home and getting 22 contributors across 4 quarters.
It's become your most important game, really. I mean, you've been up and down, as you said, like a roller coaster. Now you have the chance to get ahead in the win-loss ledger. This is the one you have to know.
Yeah, I think any team that's around you on the ladder you have to know. I think we did that on the weekend against North Melbourne. We've got this week against Essendon, and then next week we've got the big showdown. So it's a really important block for us, as you said, and we have to get a win ahead of this the win-loss ledger and make sure we get into the 8.
Is that a new thing for Sando to move on very quickly straight after the game? Is that something that you're trying?
Oh, not at all. I think we, you can't pat yourselves on the back for too long. You got to look into next week, and the same after a loss, you got to review it quickly and then move on to the next week. So you can't mope around for too long or congratulate yourselves for too long. Footy's a different opponent every week, so you got to move on as quick as you can.
David Noble said yesterday it's clearly the talent's in the group, so it's more of a mindset issue. How do you have the right mindset this week?
We've just got to be aggressive. I think when we show we're physically aggressive at the ball carrier and putting pressure on the ball, it makes the back's job easier, and then we get good forward half turnovers, and it makes it easier for the forwards as well. So it's a team effort across all the areas of the ground, and just producing it for 4 quarters. I guess the duration of it has to be up there. I think in games we can do it for spits and spurts, but when we produce it for 4 quarters, we usually get the win.
When you say aggression, do you mean like physical aggression of player and ball, or aggression in terms of attacking the game with your skills, taking the daring option?
Yeah, both, I reckon. Just physical at the ball. We pride ourselves on our contested ball and backing ourselves in with our ball use as well. I think when teams come at us, we can sometimes go into our shell and be a bit safe, but we don't want to do that. We want to keep taking the game on and scoring quickly.
Is that an on-field thing that players identify that on-field, or is it up to the coach to say, don't go into your shell?
No, it's definitely player-driven on the field. We happened a couple of times on the weekend. We kind of get together and say, let's go. We've got to keep taking the game on and being aggressive, both with our at the ball and then when we have it as have
you seen their last couple of weeks?
They're a good side. You can never underestimate any team in this competition, as you saw on the weekend. Lots of the non-favourite team getting up, and that's AFL these days. If you're off the tiniest bit, teams are going to overrun you. So Essendon are no different. It's a crucial game for us. They're right near us on the ladder, and these games are very crucial.
Pretty good time to get them?
I think any team at any time is going to be hard, so it's no good or bad time.
I guess the coach is going to do so much. It's up to the players now to really take that responsibility.
Yeah, spot on. Our leadership group and then our group under are really trying to drive the standards, especially during the game as well. We don't want it to be up to Sando every time to get us up for a game. It has to be play-driven right through the 46 players on our list.
Does that happen during the week and on game day? How does that evolve?
Yeah, both. During the week, we try and set the training standards, and if we think something's not right, we like to get on top of it early and not leave it so much to the coaches to do, and especially game day. They only speak to us during the quarters, so you have to have your leaders and the ones just underneath, like I said, that know what's going on first, be able to identify it and then spread it across the whole playing group.
The ones underneath, who are they? Which players are you talking about?
I guess there you're, one's just outside of the leadership group. You've got Brodie Smith, a young player, Dave McKay, Matty Wright, Petrenko when he's in the side. I guess myself, Talia as well. These kind of players, and Podsy Adderley as well as an older kind of statesman.
That aggressive ball use you're talking about, does that start with you boys at the back?
I think it starts with everyone. We need movement ahead of the ball to be able to see movement, and that attracts you to kick to it. If we become stagnant all over the ground, that's when we can just get in a bit of trouble.
How do you see your forward line? Obviously, with Tibbet, you had to rebuild your forward line completely with players from other clubs. They were pretty impressive on the weekend. You happy with the way that's progressing?
Yeah, definitely. I think, they haven't played with each other before. Eddie's new, Pods is new, and obviously Tex has come back after you're out. So they've just still getting used to each other, still kind of working out what each other's trying to do in all the situations. But, they're getting better and better each week. And I think when their forward line pressure's at their best is when they're marking at their best and when we're scoring plenty of goals.
It sort of worked out well. I know you guys did the right thing by beating North Melbourne, but Gold Coast and Essendon lost. It's sort of working place. So I guess does that mean you need to take this opportunity against Essendon this week?
Yeah, you need to take every opportunity given to you. You want to win every game, and it's a crucial game this week. We're all in this tight group. I think from like 6 to 12 is very tight, so you have to win against the teams when you play them.
And your form must be pleased. Obviously, a lot of injuries, but you've come back in good nick. How frustrating with injuries, and how pleased are you that you'll come back?
Yeah, it's always tough being injured and watching your side play, and I missed a lot of pre-season, so I knew I had to get a bit of form up in the SANFL before I come back in the side, and Sando was very open with that and very honest with me, which was good, and really made me work to get back in the side, so when I did come back in I was ready and raring to go.
You like a nice run, I guess, of luck.
Yeah, definitely think any player would like that. Tune into Channel Crow for exclusive video, highlights, press conferences in full and player interviews. Channel Crow on afc.com.au and YouTube.